Young Thug is currently quiet on the internet for a far more terrible cause than you might think. The lyrics of Slime's songs make many people fear that he would return to prison after the release of Season 2. An example of such a tweet would be, "I apologize, but Young Thug is unable to." Rappers must consistently use terminology that violates their probationary agreement to maintain the interests of their listeners. Scholars predicted that all of this would be revealed when Young Thug was taken into custody. He asserts that the requirements are a ruse by the court to try to bring Young Thug back in jail after his release, saying that Thug will eventually violate the incredibly intricate probationary agreement and receive a 20-year prison sentence.
Some of his fans think he beat the case. He definitely didn't beat the case. Beat the case means you got no stipulations. The Young Thug thing is a win, but it's also a huge setup. If you won't tell me that they're gonna monitor him on a probationary basis for 15 years, can't be in Atlanta, can't communicate with co-defendants or members, he can't rap about, he can't promote any music that has to do with what they believe is activity. But he's always gonna talk about him and is doing his thing. They might consider that activity. He might be like, yo, man, it's like, yo, we going to the park getting lit. We going to the club getting lit. They might be like, oh no, you talking about it. So, we celebrating right now because I think we could all see, if you follow that trial at all, whether you're a fan of Thug or not, you can see the pain, you can see this was going through it. Like, he gained a lot of weight. Everybody knows Thug was not that weight, so we happy he got out, but we definitely got to be very cognizant of how it's going to.
But his silence at the Atlanta Stadium has been a huge boon to both Lil Baby and Young Thug. A few months ago, the announcement was made. She wants to see more musicians from Atlanta than just Young Thug.
Heard two of them. Like, I've heard the two of them. They're like, yo, these are going first, then these are going first. I've heard the names. And I don't know if I should say it. Again, I got nothing to do with no investigation for nothing, whatever, but these are top rappers. Well, one's a top rapper. The other one, matter of fact, I'll do the segment without saying the name. I'll just say this. I believe you know who the obvious name is. They're in Atlanta. They go by three letters. They've been popping. One of the top, I would say, 3 rappers in it.
The fact that Lil Baby and his group 4PF were listed on the same RICO file as VSL and Young Thug was further confirmed by his recent declaration in an interview that he is dissolving his PF record company.
4 Parties 4 had to come to an end, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. When you say of course, when you say of course.
Because the opposite that be going on. And I had to start learning that, like, other people's actions I could be held accountable for.
Right.
I ain't know all that at first. You know what I'm saying? I never would have went that route, but I ain't know. You know what I'm saying? Now that I know, I'd be a fool to just keep the same thing going. They trying to make something out of something that it ain't.
Right.
Like, if I got any kind of control of, hey, we gonna switch that whole thing up. It ain't even just about the police, it's just period. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never was supposed to make my label something that I talk about.
After the YSL trial concluded, researchers were finally able to come clean by warning Lil Baby that a significant RICO action would be pending against him and that the Atlanta Day would use Young Thug to obtain Lil Baby.
I'm going to tell you some things that you're going to have to take my word or don't believe it. It's fine. I don't care either or. When Fonnie Willis started targeting YSL, Fonnie Willis had a bunch of people to target. She wanted Thug. She got YFN. So she got YSL, YFN. Eventually, they were going to get to 4PF. That's one of the reasons they changed their names, by the way. Except, from what I heard, the feds told them, it's okay, we got it. So the feds told him, like, it's okay if you dismiss the charge. So they didn't go that hard with trying to get Dirk, especially after Von died. They dropped that case. They dropped it. But the feds has realized we gonna get Dirk eventually. Doing the math? You see why Lil Baby was moving the way he been? Because Lil Baby hasn't been on Fed watch. He's been on county, state watch.
However, the actual past that is behind you since he would tweet, "Wham, let's drop one on these rats." As soon as he was released from prison, Young Thug's silence must be noticed. The reference to Wham would be Lil Baby, who has consistently denounced Gunna for snitching out of the YSL trial early on Young Thug. When Young Thug would tweet about Gunna, Lil Baby would reply, "We should the next day. Stop acting like we're friends on the internet." I have no idea who you are. This ultimately drew Gunna and his brother in, and they would say that they trust and believe that the feelings are reciprocated. Subtly criticizing Banana on Instagram later that night, Cub would message Ty in the studio to let him know he was home and that he had made the right choice.
Hey man, what you got to tell these people?
Back. Back, Jack.
You feel me?
You did.
Hey man, ain't no cap in it.
No cap in that, right?
You feel what I'm saying?
The right way.
It's time.
The right way, man.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right way.
Yeah, that way.
Yeah.
And go tell that.
There is a serious issue with Young Thug believing he did it well since even Ty would support him. According to numerous reports, the Atlanta police warned him that he was going too far in violating his probation because DJ Academics had previously anticipated everything. They even handed him probation since it would be simpler to catch him violating it than to give him a 20-year prison sentence. A report and video of Gunna in an interrogation room would then be uploaded online once more, which makes everything appear slanted and exceedingly concerning. In order to expose Thug's inadequacies and violate his probation, many people think the feds are leaking a lot of information to make him and the baby argue with Gunna in person or digitally. In a 2-hour video allegedly taken by Whack 100, Gunna is shown spying on Young Thug while they are in an interrogation room.
Hey Gunna, listen. I'm putting it together. I'm gonna give you some time. I don't know, 24 hours, 12 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 1 hour. I don't know. I'm gonna give you some time though, Gunna. For you to go ahead on and confess. Confess to the world about all the telling you did. You know that interrogation? Yeah. Guess who got it? 2 hours? Boy, you was in it. You was sitting there talking more than Hurricane Katrina. The only thing he did wrong was let him record him. You know what I'm talking about.
At that time, fans believed the young criminal was making very shocking statements that violated Gunna's probation.
Stink, I miss you.
I miss you too. What you doing?
You don't like him?
No, if I'm up to the room.
Cause you was being mean. You felt your
Man, I don't need to play high fly over here.
He ain't gonna touch you.
As soon as the Instagram live concluded, news outlets started to cover breaking stories of local gang members chasing and assaulting rapper Gunna. Many thought that Young Thug would have wanted to get even with him. Young Thug has been quiet recently since he was able to watch and respond to the video of Gunna snitching in court after getting free from prison. However, when Thug makes fun of Gunna, he is again stepping very barely on the line of his probation.
And you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance.
Yes, ma'am.
You were present when law enforcement officers stopped the vehicle. You were present along with Jeffrey Williams, where an item and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Gunna was making a lot of noise after coming home from the YSL trial and snitching. Rappers in the profession are frequently advised to unfollow, cease using Gunna, and sever all business ties.
Streets are so atrocious. Young Thug told everybody that Gunna was a snitch. I'm telling you this, I don't give a if you believe me. That's what he sent to. Or he sent a message to Dirk, Baby. There's a few other rappers that just won't call their names. Just because some of them just told me in privacy. All them rappers start not fucking with Gunna, speaking out, they're chilling away. Thug got out, Gunna kinda hot. Ain't like you're trying to really jump and work with Gunna.
After which the juvenile gangster's jail phone calls were made public, and it went viral online. Subsequently, he appeared to be chuckling as he periodically went back to an Instagram live feed.
I'm on live. I just jumped on here to let you niggas know that yes, a goat can go live. Whoa! What's up? Who up right now? What's up? Who up right now?
Everybody in the world was pleading with Young Thug to keep quiet, so he would go live on Instagram and Twitter before sharing later that evening. In another video of him displaying his jewelry in the studio, he appeared to be in a pleasant mood.
Yeah, sometimes, P.
No way, P. We're gonna parrot. We're gonna parrot. We're gonna be bad.
Crazy ass man.
That's it.
But an extremely fascinating idea that calls into question the Fed's true intentions emerged online. The Fed acknowledged that Young Thug would work with Lil Baby to disarm guns online, which, if he were freed, would be a straightforward breach of his probation. And the Atlanta District is litigating a RICO case in which Lil Baby is a party. According to reports, he treated Gunna so contemptuously after he was released from prison that even Young Thug's father pleaded with him to stop.
How do you feel about Lil Baby throwing at Gunna for his plea deal?
He need to shut the fuck up, cause he don't know what's going on. You know, he's going off of what he heard. When have y'all went to a court date to support Slime, to support Jeffrey, to support Thug, however you want to name it?
What happened to Virgil? Was Lil Durk's response, mocking even Gunna, even though he was going to explain that verse, which was probably a covert jab at Gunna. Young Thug listened to it because he wanted it on a song for when he was released. He would even use his voicemail to call Lil Durk. Since the Atlanta DA thought that this was the best course of action, he set up a competition between all of the rappers in the industry and used all the force required to remove the rappers who were insulting the federal foreign.
Hey Dirk, I know I want you on. I'm dropping this surprise album on the same day Buddy dropped his album. It's coming up soon. I need a verse from you. If you feel like replying, if you feel like you want to reply to it, saying or something, man, don't do it. Drop it on my album. I'm dropping a surprise album on the same day that drop. Sing your verse in, bro. I want you and Wham on the same song. Sing your verse.
But when DJ Academics said that Drake had flown to visit Young Thug and given him $1 million just 2 hours after his release from prison, everything abruptly shifted.
Say 2 hours afterwards, Drake flew to Thug and allegedly gave him $1 million. Drake didn't tell me. Drake gonna hit me up and be like, which, by the way, super strategic move. Super strategic. Thug was in jail talking about let's squash all this beef. If I'm Drake, I need Atlanta.
It's clear from Young Thug's fan base that he can now disregard the criticism he gets online and concentrate on writing songs when there are people there to encourage him.